In 2007, I travelled to Ghana, to a small community called Dawhenya. I taught school there for 5 weeks, and I'm sure that the children, the people and the country taught me more than I taught them. I'd like to introduce some of the children and teachers of Calvary Dawhenya to you. I hope you get a feel for who they are and for the small progress we've made. The kids at this school are bright and eager to learn. They have amazing memories and can copy anything written on the board. It took me 2 whole weeks to discover that a large percentage of them couldn't actually read, but relied on rote learning. They had no access to books. There were very few books, many in poor condition, left there by previous volunteers. We in Australia take for granted the idea of reading aloud to children. We know that it increases their ability to learn to read later on, and it gives to children a sense of wonder and fertilises rich imaginations. Something which we accept as necessary, natural and part of our lives just doesn't happen in most parts of Africa. Their learning is slowed and sometimes stopped. Because of this, school becomes a chore, and often out of frustration they leave, even if their parents can afford to school them a little longer. The teachers, though incredibly well-intentioned and very hard workers, only had junior high school education, and their ability to read English fluently was not so great either. I took $2,500 with me that time, given generously from patients and friends, and we managed to build doors and bookcases and new blackboards, and to secure what precious resources we had. This trip I also took with me netball uniforms and position bibs donated from a club in the Shire. We didn't have to write the positions on cardboard and pin them to uniforms anymore. The girls were over the moon. Such small things, thoughtfully given, make an amazing difference in these children's lives. Someone thought of them. I did quite a lot of research about the idea of building a library and found a group of people in Accra, the capital of Ghana, who may be able to help us. The Osu Children's Library had built community libraries for the same reason. No one outside the city sees newspapers. No children or families in the villages can afford books, and any books which the schools have quickly become damaged or stolen. Just consider, if one of these books costs $10, and the average monthly wage of a village family is $40, and the average rent is $20 to $30, that precious book becomes a commodity which improves the life of a whole family. I thought that by using the Osu model, we in Dawhenya could set up a community library as well. We needed librarians who needed training and whose job it is to introduce the concept of a library to people who have never seen, been in or heard of a library. We hired 2 young men, Alexander and Samuel. We spent several days in Accra familiarising the guys and the local community committee with the idea and the concept of a library. These boys had finished their secondary school educations, and even they had not seen a library. Joanna, the wonderful head librarian at Osu Library, and her terrific staff in Accra trained them for us for free. Alex and Samuel went straight to work and are now in the process of cataloguing what books we have and covering and protecting some of the books which will need to do service for a considerable time. But the best part of their job is reading to the children every day. Children from the government schools are coming to listen to the readings, and Samuel and Alex have devised ways of giving the children access to the books without damaging our precious small stock. They are loving their jobs, and we have created work in a small village, and the children are benefiting. You what?
I mean, when I was looking at it, I didn't really have any idea about it.
Yeah. Oh no.
Until you explained to me.
We'll learn together, huh?
Yeah.
This is a great idea. I love this, and it's interesting. Tony and I saw a reading circle in Accra, and we fell in love with the idea. So we set about building one. This we could afford. This was a joint effort by the teachers, the children, and some local workers. Old tree stumps, not needed for firewood, were chopped into small kid-sized seats, and we sank them into the ground under Calvary School's only tree. Chaos ensued, with everyone wanting desperately to lend a hand, but everyone had a go, and the big boys kept control over the little ones. It was hard work and great fun, and each and every child in the school, and many more from goodness knows where, signed their names in the wet concrete. Varnishing was a fun exercise as well, though particularly messy, but the result was a delight and something everyone can be proud of. It is used every day by the teachers, children and villagers alike. Our aim now is to build a library on a piece of ground donated by Tony, a director of the school. Due to the efforts of our librarians already, we know that not only the school children will use it, but that all the children of Dawhenya will come and listen and read the books there. Our aim is to introduce adult literacy classes for all the village, and to eventually have enough books and enough resources to turn it into a lending library, not just for the children of Calvary, but for an entire village and a whole community. Sports clubs could meet there, discussion groups and health workers could have meetings and give information on AIDS and malaria, and the list goes on. So these are our small efforts so far. These are not the starving, war-torn children the media brings us, but far more numerous are the kids and families who get by, mostly, and understand that if there is a way, not necessarily out, but up and onward, it's education. Not everybody can be a famous footballer, but everybody wants their child to have more chance than them. These guys are definitely working on it. We're all working on it. Thanks for watching.